Hello, Casual here. Let's get into it. So, firstly, thanks very much for coming to my first live stream. I'm a noob to this, so please bear with me if we have any technical difficulties. Anyone who joins, it'd be great to actually let me just close that. It'd be great for you to reach out in the chat and say hello so that I can have a chat with you because, yeah, it'd just be really good to speak to some of my subscribers. And if anyone's got any questions, please do shout. So what are we going to do today? So we're going to be focusing on the Dark Zone Division 2. I think, as I said in the description, I used to play this game some time ago now, probably about, maybe getting on as many as 2 years ago, because I played it when it first came out in 2019. And dropped away, but with Division Heartland coming back, which is a PvPvE, I need to get better at actually at the PvP aspects. I've always sucked at it. So I'm going to be leveling up an agent. Currently it's level 16. I did a little bit of a test yesterday just to make sure that all of this stuff works. And I'm now going to be actually going into the Dark Zone, leveling it from 16 all the way to the max, so I can actually, hopefully, get good at it. So let's get into it. And I'm in the Dark Zone South at the moment. I haven't actually been in here on this agent, and I haven't been in here for a bloody long time. So, not really sure where I'm going. In terms of gear, my gear is all crap. That is the technical term for it. I'm using an AR, and I also have the legendary SMG that you pick up from the vendor, which I think is pretty rubbish. So let's start doing some landmarks, see if we can get some gear, do some extractions, and we'll see if we run into any rogues. In terms of skills, I'm using the Seeker Mine and the drone. I don't think that's necessarily the best combination, but it is the one I'm using at the moment. Someone coming up behind. I'll tell you, one thing I did know coming back to Dark Zone times, I think the graphics in this game is still great. Particularly some of the lens flare you get and some of the when the sun is coming up. But, I mean, the Dark Zone as it is, yeah, to be fair, oh god, is he going to die already? Alright. Okay, let's get that out. Yeah, I think the big thing for me that I think needs work, just going to pull back here a sec, is that it feels very empty. I always remember in the Division, you were forever actually running into groups of people, or groups of enemies, and so it had almost a feeling that it was live, you know, a living environment. But this, it just, unless you're on a landmark, you get the odd patrol, but there's very few people, very few enemies around, and that's just not great. Off.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, great. This is actually a hard one. Oh, that's good. I'm going to...
Now detecting contaminated gear.
I would start off with a hard one, wouldn't I? Alright, let's get that out. I think that's the second time I've done that to myself. Now, in terms of how much I played the Division 2, not that much, to be honest. I mean, at the time when I stopped playing, probably about a couple of years ago, I had a max level character at the time. You know, I had a lot of the gear sets and the legendary gear, but I'm going to go down. There they go, first death already.
Vital signs,
You
0.
can see I'm not very good at this. But yeah, so I had all the gear sets and all the legendary gear, the exotic gear that was out at the time.
Safe area detected.
But I think really back then there wasn't that much content. Yeah, you had the first raid had come out at that stage, but the game just wasn't in that great a state. I mean, even now, I'm obviously 2 years later on, there isn't that much gear out there. I think that's one of the issues, and I think, you know, obviously very much looking forward to the update that's coming soon. And yeah, really just can't come soon enough, to be honest. But the game I'm more interested in actually is Heartland, which in theory should be out this spring, shouldn't it? So hopefully it does actually come out. Now, I don't know this map at all. As I said, I haven't actually been in here this playthrough. I was in the DZ up in the north, or the northeast, when I played yesterday. Leveling up initially and trying out the actual streaming software and hopefully getting it to work. So this is all a bit new to me. And the gear at the moment, it really is a combination of just blues and greens, so nothing particularly good. In terms of future plans, I will be actually live streaming again on Tuesday. The aim will be that Tuesdays will be focusing on Outriders contents, on build guides. Go through build guides. I'm going to start next Tuesday. I'm going to have a look at some of the world record build guides or builds that are out there. So obviously I did a video on the Pyromancer one. Great build that is, some great combos in it. And I'm going to be looking at the Trickster build next. But going back in terms of Heartland, yeah, very much looking forward to that. Can't wait for that to come out. I think I'm hoping it's going to be similar to this in terms of how it plays, i.e. PvPvE, but obviously with some of the aspects of the survival. So I don't know about you. I mean, I played a lot of the Division, had thousands of hours into it, and can't wait to actually get back to that survival that we had. I mean, I will miss, every now and again I go back onto the Division and watch the, play Survival and play the game again. It's just such a great game, the Division was, and its location. Something which, I think is a problem for Division 2 in that I just don't think that Washington is iconic as New York is in the winter. I think all of us who played the Division will always look back at that and think of what a fantastic venue it was. Now, of course, the Heartland is theoretically going to be based in mid-America, in the Midwest. No, I don't think there's been any announcement yet on what time it is, whether it's what season, whether it's summer, winter, spring, whatever. I mean, I would have thought actually something like the autumn would be pretty cool. But obviously, what is it they're bringing that will give it that survival element? Obviously, in New York, you had the freezing. In DC, you could have had the heat. But what are they going to do in the Midwest? And yeah, I'm definitely very much hoping that they do go back to the freezing or some sort of element thereof. That's yeah, so around here. So and I am looking forward to the Division 2 updates as well. the fact that they're bringing in changes to how the builds work with the expertise, specialization, also expertise system, specialization, of course, is the weapons, but they are changing that as well to some aspect to, I think, as they said, to make them more viable or to be available in PvP. Although I think they always are in skirmish. Oh, okay. Hang on a sec. Where is that? It's downstairs. Right, I'm going to go and get that.
Fighting, trying to get people what they needed. Stared down a couple of guards one time and took a crate of meds right from them. I tell you, they just stood there, let her take them, because you just did not get in that young woman's way.
I'd say that's one other thing I think about Division 2 that they did not do as well as the original Division is those audio logs. So in the Division, because it was...
Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated.
2. We should keep a count of this. That's 2 deaths.
Agent killed.
So I think the logs in Division 1 were much better.
Safe area entered.
They had a lot more character because they were the...
Transitions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Assuming that means that there was a road around here somewhere. Yeah, sorry. So the audio logs I think were a lot better because I think they just had a lot more character to them. You had the stories of, you know, you might have one or two logs all related to the same person. And so you actually build up a story of the victims, the survivors of the survivors. Whereas in this one, it appears that they've used the audio logs actually to actually tell the main story. And you know, so you had a lot of Kelso and others from the actual storyline. Being on the audio logs, and to me that just doesn't work as well. I mean, I think you can use cutscenes for that. Oh crap! You can use cutscenes for that, which is fine. But the audio logs, it builds up the atmosphere more when you've got the actual survivors of the Dollar Flu. And in this case, the agent they used to try and see whatever.
Contaminated gear. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Yeah, so if I think they should. We need those when we take them. They should go back to having as being the victims, the survivors, to try and build up the story more. I think that would be much more effective. And it's just the atmosphere you get from that. It reminds me a lot of BioShock back in the day, which used the same sort of system with the tape recordings. And they were just awesome. I'm going to... Let's head over to that one. I'm just going to start running around these landmarks for a bit. That's another level up. It's up to level 17 now. I do think you actually level really quickly in the Dark Zone, much quicker than you do actually playing the main game. Now, of course, you run into the problem that you haven't done all the missions, but you can always go back, obviously, and do them again later. guys out. I do know to probably need to do a little bit of research about what build I should be trying to get with these with this player. Do you know what? I'm just gonna call for the extraction just to see who's around. See if you get any rogues coming in.
Chopper on the way.
Extraction called for.
Hello, if someone is there. Looks like someone is at the moment. Hey, drop a message in the chat. Be good to talk to you. This is where normally they come up behind me and just shoot me in the back of the head. Yeah, of course, that's where they come out. Yep. Classic. If I knew how to clip that, I would have. That was just beautiful. Oh, I don't know what. Seriously? Alright, 17 seconds. Move so that I'm not in that same place and they keep coming out after me.
Kilo at the extraction zone.
And we'll give it just a little bit, wait until the helicopter's closer to going. But no rogues actually, so it might be that that it's a little bit quiet today. Alright, let's go. It's occupied with the fire on the supermarket.
Pick up initiated. Chopper will leave in 30 seconds.
Anyone who's watching, yeah, I think there's one viewer at the moment. Let me know where you are located, if you're in Europe or whether you're in the US.
Seconds, and then we go.
I'm based in New York State. Been over here for, gosh, coming up 16 years now. Alright, so we've got that sorted. No one came, so I wonder if we've got any roads
Extraction complete.
in the zone at the moment.
Hilo is headed back.
I think that's one of the other issues with the Division 2. That's I'm going to head all the way around actually. One of the other issues with it is having split the dark zone up into three. Even though theoretically there's the same density of agents or rogues to the size of the map, it just doesn't feel that way. I always remember those great manhunts you had in the Division, when you could see where they were obviously within Manhattan, and it just everyone would congregate on them, and you'd have these massive fights with pretty much the entire population of the dark zone then. And here you can go whole sessions and hardly see anyone, or it'll just be the same one or two people going rogue, which it's just such a shame. Because in some respects I think there's so many things with the Division 2 that they did get right. I mean, in terms of the actual story, so I'm just going to take a straight bit of my coffee. In terms of the story, I actually think it's pretty good. I mean, I actually love the story of the Division as well, albeit I felt the end was just a little bit, it could have been done better, but funny enough, actually saying that, probably much the same with Division 2 as well, with the way that Kina dies. I'm not talking about Warlords here, because while I played that a long time ago, I can hardly remember it. I'm talking about the Aaron Kino with that bit. If you haven't played it, you know, you have a fight against him near the water, and he dies way too easily for what should have been the key boss of the entire storyline. And it just felt so anticlimactic as well. Oh, nuts. Oh, we have a road. Cool, that is great. So we've got at least one road here. So maybe I'll actually get to do some proper PvP in a bit. Possibly unlikely. But yeah, it just felt very anticlimactic, the conclusion to the storyline here. But I thought overall the story's good. The President of the United States is a bit of a tosser, which clearly in recent years might be actually fairly realistic. I always remember that mission where you rescued the president and he just kind of ignores you and doesn't say thank you at all. He just gets in a helicopter and rides off into the future, which was very disappointing. And then I think, you know, actually they made some improvements to how the actual characters play, how your agent plays. You know, it feels like less of that whole chicken dance you had with the last one. Oh god, this is another hard one. God, I'm picking them today, aren't I? I mean, I guess eventually I'll get to all the hard ones, but... But I think the big thing actually that the Division did so much better was the just the game modes. I think the variety of game with I mean, obviously you had survival, you had the horde base. What the hell was that called? I've forgotten what it's called now. The one down by Chelsea Piers. You had all the various different PvP modes. You had the raids, all bit, and they varied from okay to good. Yeah, I think some of them were good. Some of them were pretty awful. That first one in the factory with the armored vehicle was just dire, really. Oh, no. Oh shit!
Agent down.
Way too aggressive. I thought he was the only one.
Agent killed.
Alright. Is that 3 deaths? 3 deaths in 25 minutes. It's not looking good.
Entering safe
I've
area.
got so much to practice on this. I mean, I guess it doesn't help that my gear is absolute pants, but wow. I really have to work hard on this. Hey, for those of you watching, let me know what you think, or what you'd like to see in Division 2, and are you actually playing the game or thinking about coming back to the game? I know probably some of you will be watching this because you've been following my Outriders content, looking at the build guides, and hey, I'm definitely going to be keep doing those. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I've been playing Outriders fairly solidly now since the demo came out in February, which is yeah, I think I'm well over 1,000 hours now of playtime on it, and to be honest, yeah, getting a little bit burnt out, feeling a little bit stale. So this is the opportunity to just do something a little different, get ready for Heartland, as I said before. I'm probably going to try out Tiny Tina's Wonderland as well. That looks very cool, and I think that'll be fun. Oh great. You just glitch out there. Okay, you coming? No. Superb. So yeah, Tiny Tina's comes out in March. We obviously don't have a release date yet for the Heartland, but I think people, yeah, what I've been, where I've been following people like Epic Slayers and others, yeah, I think definitely in Rogue Gold, I should say, give a shout out to him and his content, which is really good. If you're not watching those two guys, you should be. The indications is, I think they're saying that probably in February was like the release date for Heartland, which would be awesome. And yeah, Tiny Tina's in March. Division 2 update, I think they just said they're delaying it, aren't they, until April? But again, that'll still be great, particularly they do say in some of their press releases that there will be a new game mode, which I think is great. Now, they're obviously not going to be doing survival, which is a shame. I think they pretty much come out and said that will not be happening. But yeah, maybe if we had something like the Resistance, I think definitely some more raids would be really good. I quite like Last Stand as well. I don't know if you guys have actually played, or you guys or girls, sorry, played the Last Stand back in the day in the Division. That was good fun as well. And I don't think Skirmish has fought before. To be honest, I've never even played Skirmish on Division 2. But man, I'm going to do a bit of pigs here with this one. Let's wait until these come off. And so getting back to the 12v12, I think it was, in Last Stand would be awesome. I'd definitely do that. Hey, purple! Come on. Please be something I can use. Okay. I haven't even started to try. I mean, if you have a look at my gear at the moment, I haven't even started to try to get any sort of coherent build on this yet. One, I'm still getting back up to speed on how the builds work, and obviously they're going to change when we get the update coming. But also, I just haven't really picked up the pieces. So at the moment, I think I've seen recently that sometimes the meta is more weapon damage. Whereas I'm building up, I think probably I'm leaning more towards a skill build than anything, just because I think it's so much more effective in the PvE sections of the Dark Zone. It does mean you're probably not as strong when it comes to the PvP part, but I think that trade-off is worth it. We'll see. I'm going to be definitely looking at build guides for the Division as well, particularly as the new content comes out. Alright, so over to that one. I tell you, everything that's really good in Division 2 is the sound effects. I noticed that, you heard probably in the background of all the seagulls. But some of the sound effects on that are really great, and these are not the best headphones in the world, they're just HyperX. Oh, okay. What is that? Haha, you can't catch me. We said someone coming around from the side, and they will catch me. How do they get that out? Dear, I don't know if you heard that.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Go on, drone, get in there. So Lord Aragorn, good name, has gone rogue. Hey, Boog Nazday, 42. Hello. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me try and actually put that into chat.
DZ drop.
But
incoming.
awesome. Good to see you. Great to have you on board. Whereabouts are you watching from? You US or European? I seem to get probably about half and half in terms of viewers of my build guides, in terms of the US and Europe.
Incoming dark zone drop.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Yeah, I probably am actually. Good call. Right, flush him out. I'll get the other one up on that one.
Engaging landmark.
1.2, what? 1.3 million damage. That's actually not bad.
Dark zone drop has been delivered.
So I think for this build, I'm probably going to continue along the skills line. So I need to probably build up some skills haste so I can get the Seeker Mine a bit back quicker. Well, Seeker Mine and the drone, to be honest. If I can get those back nice and quickly, that would be awesome. And then also obviously bump up the damage. Now, I'm also, I want to try, oh god, pump up the bleed damage because obviously the Seeker Mine does do bleed damage and there's got to be some synergy there. I have to stop playing this like I am playing Outriders. This is not an ideal place, but let's get that out. Yeah, that's not good because he's just going to throw a grenade and take me out. It's weird as well, getting used to the animation on the rolls is so much slower than Outriders, I noticed as well. And if any of you guys actually are Division 2 players and you haven't played Outriders, I would recommend trying it out, particularly given it's free on Xbox Game Pass. It's a pretty cool game and a lot of fun, and in really good place as well at the moment. It hasn't got enough content, you know, it still needs a bit more content, but I think in terms of the actual gameplay, in terms of the gear, the actual builds you can do, it's excellent. Alright, let's go for it. I'm going to die, aren't I? Actually, I'm going to extract first, just so I don't lose everything. Now, if anyone who's watching is noticing any issues with the stream, yeah, full disclosure, it's my first ever live stream. And first time using OBS, so using OBS Studio. So a little bit of a learning experience for me. So if you notice like the sound's not good enough or the video's not good enough, I am processing it through just a laptop at the moment. So I play all my games on the Xbox Series X.
Detected. Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles.
But if you notice anything, do shout out, let me know so that I can have a look into it and try and actually make it better.
Extraction called.
Around just so we can see where that road comes. I kind of want to actually join up with. Hang on, are they going to come out of here? I do kind of want to actually join up with the rogues in here so we can actually, albeit we might actually be the only 2 people in the entire zone. So that would be a problem. We can go rogue on each other or something like that.
House guarding location nearby. Helo almost at extraction now. Contaminated gear detected.
Alright, let's go and pick up this stuff and then we're going to head
Helo's
down
ready
there.
for pickup.
Helo is on site.
That's pretty reasonable bleed damage, isn't it? 32. So if you could max that up a little bit, you've got the potential to actually really take them down with that.
Armed hostiles.
Well, there's Lord Aragorn.
Extraction initiated. Helo will depart in 30 seconds.
Alright, we didn't go right. I'm going to keep an eye on it.
15 seconds and we're outbound.
I wonder if he wants to join up. Albeit. Okay.
Helo is returning to base.
Some ammo.
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
Alright, let's go and have a look at this. Hey! Easy level up. Level 3. It's like 99 levels, isn't there? Give me another 3 years, we'll get there. Alright, keep an eye on that stuff
Detected. Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles.
Alright. So I'm guessing that Lord Aragorn is getting the crate, but that's cool. I don't know. Actually, let's just try and kind of hope that the Pestilence legendary gun will actually drop off Epidemic. It will be good naming.
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yeah, I know they are. Sweet. Oh, it's gone and
Now detecting contaminated gear.
let's go in. Yeah, is that the last guy? Sweet. Alright, that's not so bad.
Easy drop claimed.
Oh, woohoo. Right, let's head over and pick up that purple. And probably time to extract again. I definitely need to go and have a look at what I picked up. Right, where are we heading to? Yeah, let's just go back there and extract this. I need some of that, yeah, exactly that, the DC resource. So I think I'm going to have to work out where all the drops are for that, or where they spawn, so I can start picking them up.
Patrol detected.
So I'm just listening, so I can hear the footsteps somewhere. Hey, welcome. Oh, oh god. Oh man, I'm
Serious trauma.
That's awesome. Perfect timing here. There you go. Hi, welcome aboard. That's how I play.
Agent killed.
Right. Let's go and pick up that gear, and then we'll try and extract it.
Safe area entered.
Okay. I think that's actually Dev 4, which is not bad for me. What are we in? We are
Range limited. Proximity
like
coverage
40 minutes into the stream now, and 4 deaths. I will take that every time. If I can get ever so slightly better, then I'll be ready for Heartland when it comes out. Hey, do shout out in the chat so I can see who's on. Also, let me know where you are. Very curious where most of my viewers are coming from, and also really trying to work out if I'm streaming at this time of day. Who are the people who are likely to be watching it? Is it US? Is it Europe?
Retrieving
It'd be really good to know.
contaminated gear.
Give you a better background about me. So I've been in the States now for 16 years. I live in New York State. I'm loving it actually. Loving it. I'm not sure I could go back to the UK. The way of life over here is just a little bit too nice. Alright, where are they going to come from? Is anyone going to go rogue? There's no vantage points to see from up here, is there? Might be my best bet. Now, I think when I get to level 5 I can start picking up more of the DZ zone perks, can't I? Which will help you get more experience. Right, where are these guys?
Hostile patrol detected.
Right, just a red. I don't think they can flank me.
Extraction helo. Almost within range.
Alright, let's push on them. Haha! Is he stuck in there? That is so awesome. Love it. Love it. Man, I probably should have actually just left that because now we have more coming. Oh, this was a mistake.
Extraction in progress.
Fuck no!
We're out of here in 30 seconds.
Alright, let's get this cover. So there's no cover here. That's another one of those guys.
15 seconds left. Then we go. 15 seconds left.
And let me know, everyone, as well. Yeah, what are you playing these days? Are you still playing Outriders? For those of you who watch some of my other content, hopefully you did. Are you playing Division 2? And what are you looking forward to as well? So, do let me know. I'd be really interested in hearing.
Loading complete. Ready to go.
Helo was headed
Purple.
back.
Woo.
Detonated gear detected.
Right, let's pick up that one. I'll move over to towards the other extraction point. Yeah, and if any of you actually are playing Division 2, let me know what are the best builds out there. I've had a look at a couple. Obviously with this character, because it's so low level, and yeah, I haven't really been able to grind for gear particularly. It's not really focused on that much
Now
of a build at
detecting
the moment.
contaminated gear.
But would be really interested in knowing what people think. Ooh, shoot.
Kill him!
Okay, someone's coming. That's probably a waste. 1.3 million again. That feels like that's pretty good damage on it. Right, 9 seconds until the drone's back. Hello, hello. Welcome, two of you. Which is actually probably about 2 more people than I thought would actually be watching. Which is awesome. So thank you very much. Really appreciate everyone who's come on the stream today. It's been really cool, and actually, yeah, encourages me to continue doing these sort of things. Where is it? Okay.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Let's pull back so they don't just run up on me. Shit. That's just awesome, man. Come on. Just run up. My reason in life is to explode. Okay, this is not good. Who the hell has got drones? Whoa. That's not good, that's not good. Go to the back side. Oh man.
Vital signs critical.
No!
Agent down. Agent vital signs 0.
Alright. 5? That might be 6 actually. Might be 6 deaths.
Safe area detected.
Let's say 5, because you won't have seen them all. I think I'm going to change the moment slight delay on the message. Just see if I can. Let's see if I can actually take that off for next time. Alright, I'll take it off for next time so people can just chat easier.
Engaging landmark.
Alright, let's see if we can finish this one off before the end of the stream. I'm just going to do an hour today. And then we'll, if people are actually enjoying this sort of stuff, and yeah, ideally people want to chat and we can talk about things. I mean, we'll have to have said the Outriders stream will be on Tuesday, where I'll be taking a look at I think we're looking at the Trickster world record build, the latest one, which
Kilo almost at extraction time.
pretty, oh crap. I'm pretty certain that it's the usual sort of auto shotgun, probably using maybe even something like the Death Shield, combined with Time Rift, utilizing pain transfer and all that sort of stuff. But we'll have a look at that, see if there's any really cool combos in it. I mean, I was really impressed with, I think it was Pomeranz was using the Pyro world record build, and that was just some great combos on it. Oh god. This guy is a pain in the ass. I need my Seeker mine back as soon as possible, really. What's I didn't say? I'm going to have these guys. That'll make it a lot easier. Hey, busy psycho. Oh, great. Glad you like the Outriders builds. I'm not giving up on those. Certainly will be back doing some more of those. And on Tuesday, we'll be having a look at more. So that'll be awesome. So come and join me then, and we'll go through the Trickster world record build. But definitely not stopping. I think just, you know, without there being any new content on Outriders at the moment, wanted to do a few other things just because it's getting a little bit stale. I don't know about you, but running the same expeditions all the time, yeah, I need a break every now and again, and this is my break while I get ready for Division Heartland. Coming out soon. Hey, let me know, Bessie, if you are actually going to be playing Heartland. I'd be interested to know if just are people going to be playing that game? How popular will it be? I mean, of course, it all depends on whether it's any good or not. Alright. Yay, alright, nice. So, let's extract this gear, and then,
Landmark cleared.
and then we'll close things out. He says. Let's hopefully
Contaminated
extract
gear
this gear.
retrieved.
Yeah, let's go to this one. The day-night cycle in this game seems to be really quick. I don't know if you noticed this. Have we beat, or has it been night the whole time? Alright, I'm going to drop it here again. Yeah, I really wish, I know on Outriders we've got a while to go until World Slayer comes. Obviously no dates announced on it as yet, but my guess, my guess would be, actually they're probably going to come out of that door, aren't they? My guess would be maybe in time for the 1-year anniversary. So obviously the demo came out February 25th of last year, the full game on April the 1st. Sneak thief. Okay, hang on a sec. Oh shit, we've got a patrol behind me. And guys in front.
Enemy patrol detected.
I'm gonna push on through to the other side. I was going to be stuck in the middle of all of these. So my expectations probably is we'll get the World Slayer maybe in April, and I think that'd be awesome. And very much hoping that we get not only new content, obviously, in terms of story, which obviously
Contaminated gear.
it definitely looks like that's what we're going to get with their trailer. But then also, hopefully, we'll see new game modes beyond just the expeditions. And of course, new legendary gear, new gear sets will be great as well. All right, I'm in a bad place there.
You have arrived.
Yeah, desperate for new gear sets so I can start doing some different builds. I still think they've got to fix some of the gear sets that are out there. If you look at some of them, like, yeah, no, I agree with you, Bessie. I mean, I think, yeah, we've got to get a new game mode. I really want to see them actually starting to use the classes properly, rather than, you know, yes, they've made the builds more viable with what they did in the New Horizon patch. But it's still very much DPS, DPS, DPS. Yes, you can play tank, and obviously I've put out some tank builds. But if it's taking you, I'm just going to head back to checkpoint so we can close out the stream. If it's taking you still, say, 15 minutes to do arch raids, well, that's 5 minutes longer than you're going to be doing with a DPS build, and it just doesn't feel like it's worth it. Well, it's just not efficient. I mean, we've all only got so much time in the day we can spend, and you want to be really trying to actually, you want to actually be using that in the optimum way. So if we can have some sort of content, and really you're talking about raids, aren't you? When you're talking about actual builds. Yeah, if we're talking about having tanks, healers of some sort, you know, techno healer using healing wave, fixing wave, sorry, and some of their mods, that would be awesome. But otherwise, if we're just seeing more of that DPS type builds, DPS type game modes, I think we've got a problem. I know a lot of people are asking for PvP. I actually hope we don't get PvP. I think that would be a real problem, because to try and balance all those different builds, those different mods, and everything, I think it would be just nigh on impossible. And actually to make it fun to play and just not completely unbalanced. So fingers crossed anyway with World Slayer. But I'm going to be signing out the stream now. Thanks to everyone who came on. We'll slowly expand these as we go along. Obviously, being my first stream, keeping this fairly short, just to an hour. Maybe we'll do longer ones in the future if people are actually enjoying it. But thank you so much, firstly, for watching my content, for following the build guides, and actually hopefully using them, getting some fun out of them. And yeah, so I've got to delay on I've got to change the settings for next time. But yeah, I agree, Bessie. I think raids would be awesome where you're running with, you know, obviously something like a Devastator tank. Don't know how they do taunting on that, or, you know, holding the aggro, because Devastators can't put out enough damage compared to, say, a Pyro. You know, think about it. If you have a Devastator who's supposed to be picking up aggro, and you've got a Pyro who's putting out AoE blasts with the Ash Blast overheat, every single mob other than the one that the Devastator is focusing on is going to go straight at that Pyro and wipe them out. So I don't know, they've got to change some of the class trees, I think, to try and build in that ability to do AoE taunts for something like that if they want to bring raids in. I don't know how it'd work otherwise. Yeah, unless it's a little bit like the Division 2 where you have tankier builds, but you still basically have every build is able to take some damage. But I think, I mean, I'd love to get to that sort of, you know, the triumvirate of having a tank, a healer, and DPS. I'd love to see that within Outriders. I think it'd be really cool, and hopefully that's what they bring in. And of course, other mechanics. I'm sure we all love that bit where we're stood in the middle of a circle waiting for some bizarre reason a pillar to go down. But God, they've got to do something different, haven't they? Or else I think yeah, World Slayer will have a very short life, which would be a shame. Well, look, again, thanks so much for watching. Really great to have you on board. I hope to see you on Tuesday if you've got the time. If not, obviously, I'd love to see you all at a future stream. And please do reach out to me with any questions you've got. My email is, I think it's on the actual website. But if you've got like a build you want me to look at, pop it into Outriders app, send it over to me, and you know we can use that as some of the content. Future ones, I'll actually look at people's builds, and we can run through any suggestions I might have. My email address is just casual@nylcasualgaming.com. See you soon. Until next time, casual out.